related to this, almost what I've just said, is that business and your career is a big, scary kind of world. Nobody's going to help you. It's when, well, I will, but most people won't. And actually, you often find yourself having to, forge your own journey, do your own studying, do your own promotion, and actually create stuff from scratch. But once you kind of understand that and take ownership of that, it's almost quite empowering in many ways, because it gives you the freedom and the confidence to really crack and forge on. But again, one of the big things that most people actually dislike the most about their business or career is sales and promotion. And it's a really difficult thing, because actually, if you don't talk about your product or service and you're not enthusiastic and knowledgeable and put yourself out there, nobody else is going to care. And the one thing that kind of got me is that we often always worry too much about what other people think. And that is true when, everyone in their own career, you're always the star of your own show. You're the main character in your film, kind of thing. But we always often worry about what do other people think in our network. Will they think it's good or bad or whichever? But the one thing that almost got me, because I've been made redundant twice in my career, and it's a horrible feeling where you feel a bit helpless, you're not sure what to do, etc. Is that at least if you ever do your own thing, which I'm trying to do now, you've got a kind of ownership on it. But actually, one of the big things that people worry about is the ability to pay your bills, your mortgage, etc. But the other harsh fact, which is why I think you should never be ashamed to really kind of put yourself out there and champion it, is that all these other people, all these haters, all these people that actually, you're worried about what they think. If you can't pay your mortgage or buy your kids Christmas presents or pay your bills, they don't care. They will crack on. They're just interested in their own lives. It might be a bit of gossip for 2-3 minutes down the pub one day, but actually nobody else cares, if you're being brutally honest, apart from your good friends, about how you're doing in business or your career, because people are selfish and that's their own kind of main interest. So because of that, I'm just laughing at Danica. Perfect. Plug it. Go nuts, because again, you never know who's going to see what you're putting out there and that kind of thing. But if you don't, nobody else will. And one of the big things that drives me, and we talk about it in the book, is that it's really interesting to have positive motivations. So that might be you want a nice house, a nice car, nice holidays, etc. Or it could be you want the lifestyle and to create things and to live the kind of life you want. So they're all basically what Tony Robbins calls moving forward actions. They're positive things that people want and you want, and it helps drive you. In the first module, we actually cover something called emotional anchors, which are emotions, both good and bad, which are so strong that give you the drive and the motivation to help move forward. And then one of the ones for me, which is actually, as Tony Robbins would call it, a moving away value, so it's actually a negative thing, is the fear of failure. And I know that the fear of failure drives a lot of people. And actually the thought that, my business fails and the roadmap fails and it's a complete disaster and it costs me a ton of money, etc. The desire that I don't want that to happen is a massive motivating factor for me to get up every Friday and do my live streams and do my social media and do my sales calls and do my client work. Because yes, I want the good stuff at the end of it, but actually I don't want to fail. And I think when you kind of grasp that mindset, I just think it's really useful that, I try and be quite open about my journey, because, I'm doing this as well. I'm a normal person kind of thing. But it's just do your best. And then if you ever want to get in touch or pick my brains, or again, use the course to learn skills to help you do that next level as well, and also do it better, you're always kind of welcome to get in touch. Hi, Gary. Honestly, keep the plugs going. What's quite funny, and this is true, is that throughout my career, and I'm going to talk about a really good career goal in a second, is that people can't buy your stuff or hire you if they don't know who you are. One of the big things that, especially when we're starting to build a community about what we're trying to do here, if people get value from the course and they like what I'm doing, and obviously we're friends and I'm related to you in some kind of way, it's more likely, it's like an informal recommendation. They're more likely to hire you because we've got a relationship than if they never knew you existed or we didn't have this link. So within the community, I want people to plug their own stuff and talk about it. Obviously don't go over the top, but you get my point, is that actually I want to build a really good network of people who are all here to help each other out. And actually, if you ever need a particular skill and you don't have it, it's the classic thing that a lot of entrepreneurs talk about, is that you want to hire your skill set that you don't have. So I'm quite good at sales and marketing and strategy and that kind of thing. I'm not the best at financial accounting. I can do it, but actually, when you know what your weak points are, that's where you want to kind of plug those gaps. And then likewise, some people are great technically, but they don't know how to write words and write copy and actually attract people in. Hire someone like Danica to do that. And that's again why it's really interesting that within a network, it's almost, find good people and then start to kind of, if you need them, use them. If you don't, fine. But again, it's still really worth kind of putting yourself out there.